Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of our Pokemon Nuzlocke series. So, we're kicking off into episode 3. We've just captured up to 5 members of our team. We have Peekaboo the Pikachu, Huntress the Pidgey, Prince the Nidoran male, Chrysalis the Caterpie, and Nidoran female, that is our princess. Now, as part of the kind of unique element of this Let's Play, our trainer Roxas here has some unique quirks, and one of them being is that he's highly competitive, so he has to face and battle every single trainer in the game, and that's going to be the episode today. Forest of Friendly Fights. So given that he's competitive, we're going to enter the Viridian Forest, which is the first area with trainers, and it is going to be our objective now to battle all the trainers here before progressing on to Pewter City to do our first gym challenge. But yeah, as I say, we're hoping to do kind of an episodic Nuzlocke, so it's going to hopefully be creating a bit more of a unique storyline as we go along. So for our character Roxas, he is afraid of the water, so we won't be able to fish up any encounters or surf up any water encounters, and in general kind of has a fear of water types, so you know, this will come up kind of as we go on in the story. His dad passed away when surfing off of Pallet Town. And because of that, Roxas never really recovered from that trauma, and so has been afraid of the water ever since. And given that his only kind of, friend around his age was Sora, our rival, he kind of had that competitive nature. But like looking back to episode 1, Professor Oak had offered to give Roxas an Eevee as his first Pokemon. And then Sora basically stole that Pokemon, claimed it as his starter, and then we ended up with Pikachu as our first Pokemon. As we journeyed through Route 1 to collect Oak's parcel, we ended up fighting a level 8 Pidgey, but like Pikachu being an electric type was totally fine, took that Pokemon out, and then once we got Pokeballs, Huntress, the Pidgey, joined our party purely because, we had basically killed one of the most powerful Pidgeys in the area, and so Huntress wanted to ally herself with us to, become the most powerful flying type in the world. And so for Huntress, she's hoping to basically take down every single flying type in the game. That's kind of her own personal Pokemon development journey. Pikachu just wants to make lots of friends, see new places, meet new people. Prince is kind of on a bit of an ego trip. He wants to basically be the highest level Pokemon in the party at all times. So either the highest or equal to the highest level on the team. So that's kind of his shtick. Caterpie, again, just a pretty happy-go-lucky Pokemon, nothing too crazy there. But just again is wanting to train up, and I suppose Pikachu being a friendly type Pokemon is swapping in and out in this first trainer battle here, wanting to help his friend Caterpie grow in experience. And then Princess, the newest member of our team, the Nidoran female, we're still getting to kind of know her. She's just kind of a very kind of prim and proper, graceful Pokemon, but Nidoran is male, is a very capable fighter, so it will be interesting. But what's interesting now is that after a quick fight and a few battles, he's never kind of seen this before, but after that one battle, Caterpie is engulfed in white light, and then after a few moments, our little caterpillar is replaced with a cocoon, And kind of being totally flummoxed, Roxas gets out his Pokedex and scans this Pokemon, this new cocoon, to see what's happened.
Metapod, the cocoon Pokemon. Hardens its shell to protect itself. However, a large impact may cause it to pop out of its shell.
So for Roxas, kind of just taken aback, he realizes then that, you know, when trainers raise Pokemon, their abilities obviously get stronger, and they're also able to like change and develop their forms. So with that in mind, he then wants to see Princess get a little more experience as well. And so rounding the corner in the forest, he's challenged by another trainer, and this time he's going to let Princess take the lead in this battle. And so, you know, the Caterpie is looking equally as powerful, but it's kind of very clear that Princess is more of a defensively based Pokemon, given that she's able to kind of shrug off these aggressive tackles as they're coming in from the Caterpie. But again, she's just gracefully weaving in and out and scratching at this Caterpie, getting critical hit after critical hit, just decisive, you know, blows, and just, you know, precision, and, you know, absolute, you know, terrifying, with very kind of little guidance from Roxas, because again, he's a newbie trainer, he's brand new at this, so again, after that first battle, you can just sort of see the kind of calculated nature of Princess, just being able to, you know, assess the situation, and, you know, just having that, like, I suppose, killer instinct, really, with like another critical hit there again. And so it's just like critical hit after critical hit. She's just making every single attack count, you know? Even when she's being like, you know, peppered with like Spider-Man-esque webbing, trying to pin her down and stop her advance. You know, just slamming and crashing into this Caterpie again and again. And even after just 2 battles, you know, with every single, you know, opponent taken down, she's just growing from strength to strength, and is now actually on par with the strongest, you know, team members, being level 8, and has learned Scratch as a new move, just as Nidoran learned Horn Attack at level 8 as well. So the two of them sort of sharing a learn set. So again, now we have Peekaboo, Prince and Princess now all being level 8. Huntress is now kind of falling a bit behind, so I suppose the idea now then, Roxas is thinking, okay, we better like develop all of our team together, and so progressing again through the forest, he's going to challenge this other, you know, bug catcher trainer who also has a Metapod. And Roxas kind of like, as the battle's like, you know, going, he sort of says, you know, I had a Caterpie, it's after turning into a Metapod, like what is that? And, you know, the trainer very kindly, you know, explains to him, he's like, oh, well, like, you know, that's the thing with bug Pokemon. You know, there's also, you know, Weedle, another type of bug Pokemon that again kind of develops and evolves from a caterpillar stage into a cocoon stage, and then into their final evolutions very quickly. So while other Pokemon might need many battles and combat experience to reach their secondary or even final forms, bug Pokemon tend to develop quite quickly, probably because they need to develop quickly, or they're just quickly eaten off by the bird Pokemon like Pidgey and Spearow relatively quickly, so they need to kind of develop quite quickly. And astoundingly, after, you know, being attacked by Huntress actually gains so much experience that she skips an entire level. She goes straight from level 6 to level 8 in one complete go. So there's just like a surge of, you know, battle prowess, as, you know, Huntress is not going to be left behind. She is not going to be caught slacking. She is going to excel and like not be a liability to this team. Again, literally like conjuring a little tornado and gusting another Caterpillar, sending it flying across the way. You know, with that critical hit there. And now there's like another Metapod, so what seems to be different is that I think, you know, or at least what this trainer seems to be doing, is that the Pokemon's personality changes to be a lot more defensive when it sees kind of a bird Pokemon. It just constantly hardens for fear of being defeated, so it's trying to just bolster its defense, doesn't try to attack once, which you know, Roxas is kind of not really getting it. He's like, surely you could just still have a tackle. Like his Caterpie was able to tackle, so hopefully his Metapod's able to tackle in future. But with that, Huntress has now made the apex. She is now the top tier Pokemon. And then journeying back to Viridian City to kind of heal up his teammates, Roxas receives a call from Sora saying to meet him over by Route 41. The route just to the left of Viridian City. And this sort of situation kind of lends itself to like kind of how you can become a bit stuck with Pokemon and their traits. So strictly speaking, Huntress would want to be in this fight to battle the Spearow. But the issue is that now that Prince isn't the highest level Pokemon, his, you know, trait takes precedent, and now he has to at least battle or be a part of the battle against the Spearow. And like already things are looking dicey. So with 2 peck attacks, Prince is like looking a bit ropey, and then Princess, seeing Prince in trouble, like dives in defense and just starts scratching at this Spearow. Spearow like sensing, it's like, oh gosh, this is dangerous. We need to like try and lower the attacks that this little Nidoran can do. But it is to no avail. Princess is not taking prisoners. She dives in and just starts scratching and doesn't stop, and then the Spearow is taken out defending its fellow Nidoran in crime. And so Prince then becomes level 9. So that's kind of, you know, dealing with his whole issue on, you know, being one of the highest level Pokemon. So that situation is dealt with. And so now, you know, Princess, being clever, is like, okay, you want to lower my attack, I'm going to lower your Eevee's attack, so it won't be able to do much damage. As a pretty good strategy. And then it's starter v starter. We're going to switch in Pikachu to tidy up this Eevee. Pikachu beat it once before. It can do it again, you know? But that's like one of the things that I really do hope with this challenge going forward is going to be really interesting, is just how the Pokemon have their own little personalities, have their own little quirks. And it kind of changes how you approach the game. Like, strictly speaking, would it have been clever just to start with Pikachu straight away and just, you know, Thunder Shock the Spearow and fight straight through? But like, you know, the Pokemon had their quirks, and I had to kind of play the game differently to accommodate that. And going forward, I am hoping to kind of get more kind of that kind of storytelling narrative style in there. It's all kind of a learning curve, but I definitely want to keep going with this series. I want to see it kind of progress into more interesting challenges, because like the last episode was really cool, turning it into kind of like a survival, you know, money management game where I had to spend my money to like get these tokens to like use the Pokemon Center, and like using potions and stuff, and just trying to really kind of economize and give it that extra bit of a challenge. And like it hasn't come into play yet, but like this is also still a Nuzlocke, so obviously if we have a team member faint and die and having to be replaced, like that's going to be a whole like a narrative arc in itself, and like, you know, it should be really interesting. So like I hope that that can be an interesting thing going forward. But with Pikachu taking out the Eevee, Princess is level 9, Pikachu's level 9, like everyone ends up absolutely equal, all level 9, and Sora's basically like, oh god, I thought I could kind of like, you know, beat you, but you know, you're not going to be able to get into the Pokemon League until you collect all the badges, so smell you later. And that's going to be it for episode 3, guys. Thank you.